In this video, I'm going to step out and play a little bit of the devil's advocate role. It's important for us as investors to make sure that at all times we take a look at our blind spots. So I'm not saying crypto is a Trojan horse, but just walk with me for a second. We were promised a decentralized revolution, a world where money had no borders, no central control, no single point of failure. A place where you, not the banks, not the government, owned your financial future. But fast forward to today, and it seems like the very thing that was supposed to set us free might just be another tool of control. So let's break it down. The history of cryptocurrency, what it was meant to be, and what it has actually become. Was Bitcoin created as a financial escape route, or are we all just marching toward the next great wealth transfer and we just don't see it yet? Let's talk about it. And if you like content like this that helps us investors think outside the box to make sure we're protected, be sure to like and subscribe. Now let's get down to it. First, Chapter 1, the foundation of cryptocurrency. All right, let's take it back to 2008. The world is in financial chaos. Banks were playing fast and loose with your money, and when things went south, they got bailed out. You, not so much. Enter Satoshi Nakamoto, a mysterious figure or group who published the Bitcoin whitepaper. The goal? A digital currency that was peer-to-peer, decentralized, and free from government interference. It was supposed to be the ultimate financial escape, an independent store of value, free from the manipulation of central banks. And it worked, at least for a while. Bitcoin grew from a fringe internet concept to a multi-trillion-dollar asset class. Other cryptocurrencies followed: Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero, each promising some level of financial freedom. Chapter 2, the great crypto boom and meme stock era. Then came the hype cycles. We saw Bitcoin rise, fall, and rise again. The technology itself was still revolutionary, but speculation took over. In 2017, remember the ICO boom? This is where projects raised billions overnight. Many turned out to be scams, leaving investors showing up late holding bags. In 2020 through 2021, meme coins took over. Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and projects literally named after Elon Musk's tweets. That expanded all the way into today, with Trump and his wife both releasing crypto projects, making them more rich, and you guessed it, you holding the bag if you stayed in it too late. Was this another pump and dump? I don't know. Maybe it will change its course and do another run up, but just follow the trend here. And moving on to the next phases, remember NFT mania? JPEGs selling for millions. Digital monkey pictures changing lives. Until they didn't. At this point, crypto wasn't just about decentralization, it was about speculation. And whenever there's speculation, you know who shows up next: the government. Chapter 3, the government's Bitcoin reserve and ETFs. Here's where things get interesting. Governments around the world have cracked down on crypto exchanges, taxation, and privacy coins. Meanwhile, quietly, the US government is sitting on a massive Bitcoin reserve, largely from seizures, but still they're holding. And let's talk about Bitcoin ETFs. They were once rejected over and over again. But now, the biggest financial institutions, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Vanguard, are scooping up Bitcoin through ETFs. Why? If Bitcoin was truly meant to be outside the system, why is it suddenly being welcomed with open arms by the very institutions it was meant to bypass? And this leads us to the real question. Is Bitcoin still decentralized? Or did they find a way to bring it under control? Chapter 4. Was crypto a Trojan horse all along? All right, let's really get into it. Was cryptocurrency actually designed as a financial Trojan horse? Was this whole movement toward decentralization just a brilliantly disguised way to bring people into a new financial system that's still controlled at the top? Because when you look at how things have unfolded, you have to ask yourself, did we really escape the system, or did we just trade one form of control for another? Let's start from the beginning. Bitcoin's birth in 2009 wasn't random. It came right after the 2008 financial crisis, when trust in the banking system had completely shattered. The banks had wrecked the economy with reckless lending, and the government bailed them out, leaving the average person stuck holding the bag. Enter Satoshi Nakamoto, the mysterious creator of Bitcoin. This was supposed to be the solution, a new decentralized system where no government or bank could control your money. It was peer-to-peer, uncensorable, and built to put power back in the hands of the people. Or so we thought. The Bitcoin reserve. Who really holds the power? Now fast forward to today. What do we see? The largest holders of Bitcoin aren't everyday people. They're governments, institutions, and whales. The same centralized powers that crypto was supposed to protect us from now control massive reserves of it. The US government, for instance, holds tens of thousands of Bitcoin seized from Silk Road and other sources. And what are they doing with it? Selling it off strategically, timing the market, and potentially manipulating supply to control prices. But here's where it gets even more interesting. If Bitcoin is supposed to be decentralized, why is so much of its movement now dictated by Wall Street? That brings us to the Bitcoin ETFs. Bitcoin ETFs, a trap in disguise? Let's think about it. The launch of Bitcoin ETFs was hailed as a massive win for crypto. Institutions could now invest in Bitcoin without actually holding Bitcoin. But here's the catch. These ETFs give traditional financial institutions control over Bitcoin's price and liquidity. The very banks and hedge funds that Bitcoin was designed to escape are now the gatekeepers of its mainstream adoption. Think about it. If BlackRock, Fidelity, and other financial giants now control the majority of Bitcoin through ETFs, does that still make it decentralized? The same forces that manipulate the stock market now have a stranglehold on Bitcoin's accessibility and value. So, was this the plan all along? The end goal, a digital dollar disguised as freedom? If you believe in long-term plays by powerful institutions, then this next part might really make you think. What if Bitcoin and cryptocurrency were never meant to free us, but were actually a transition tool toward a fully digital financial system? One that's still controlled, just in a different way. Look at the timing. Right when the world is losing faith in fiat currency, especially the US dollar, we suddenly have a new digital asset class that promises freedom from inflation and government manipulation. But at the same time, governments are rolling out central bank digital currencies, which are fully trackable, programmable, and controlled. What if crypto was the bait to get people comfortable with digital assets, only for CBDCs to become the final replacement? If the government can't control Bitcoin directly, what if they simply make it irrelevant by introducing a digital dollar that everyone is forced to use? The wealth transfer theory, who really benefits? If you're still skeptical, let's look at historical patterns of wealth transfer. Every financial shift in history has one common theme. The rich always end up winning. The 2008 crisis. Banks got bailed out and regular people got foreclosed on. The stock market. Insiders and institutions front-run the retail investors. Crypto, early adopters and whales accumulate while retail investors FOMO in at the top. If crypto was truly designed as a way for people to escape the system, why has every major price surge ended with retail investors losing money while institutions and early whales cash out? Every bull run sees retail investors rushing in at the peak, only to get dumped on when the cycle reverses. It looks a lot like another engineered wealth transfer. So, was Bitcoin truly created as a digital escape hatch from fiat currency, or was it actually designed as the perfect tool for institutions to consolidate more power under the illusion of decentralization? So here's the summary of my final thoughts. Were we played, or am I just overthinking it? Now, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I just want you to think about it. Crypto was sold as the financial revolution, but who is really benefiting from it today? The same institutions that crypto was supposed to disrupt are now the biggest players in the space. The same governments that were against it are now holding massive reserves of it. And the same financial system that Bitcoin was meant to replace has found ways to profit from it and control its access. So, were we tricked? Was this part of a bigger plan to introduce a fully digital financial system that people would willingly accept, believing they were escaping the old one? Or is this just another case of an innovative technology being hijacked by powerful players, as we've seen with countless other industries before? You decide. But one thing's for sure. At Unlocking the Bag, we don't just follow the trends. We question everything. Chapter 5, The End Game. Where do we go from here? So, do you think Bitcoin was truly meant to be decentralized? Or did we just fall for the greatest financial bait and switch of our lifetime? I'll let you decide. But here's what we do know. 1, crypto still has revolutionary potential. Blockchain technology is real. Decentralized finance is real, but regulation is coming fast. 2, governments aren't giving up control. If they can't stop crypto, they'll find a way to own it. And if Bitcoin ETFs and government reserves tell us anything, it's that they already have a plan. The key is to stay informed. Follow the money. Watch where institutional players are positioning themselves. Don't just ride the wave, understand who's controlling it. At Unlocking the Bag, we're not here to tell you what to do. We're here to make sure you're thinking critically about your wealth. So is crypto the final escape or the final trap? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, because trust me, we're just getting started.